Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Kelly. Danny. Thanks for joining us today. And of course, Danny and I are having some fun behind the scenes talking. And,
Oh, yes.
and so, Danny, tell them a little bit because you have two channels and we just don't promote your second channel enough. And I've developed a second channel. So tell them a little bit about your two different channels.
Yeah. Well, and I don't promote my second channel enough either, and I don't put enough content on the second channel. So, the first channel I have, it was started out with more current events, more politics, and then the second channel started with putting up some journeys, meditation journeys, and shamanic journeys from just from little classes that I've done. Not, and they're never little; they're huge. But and so and some private readings that I put up, and then I said I'm just going to keep it and add more non-political talk on there, so we could talk about we could talk about aliens if you wanted. But, and some people go, well, why isn't this show on your other non political? Well, we did this channel from talking about aliens from years and years ago when I did a series that wiped me out.
Oh, yeah. I remember that series you said.
Each
Oh,
week.
you said, I'll do this again. The next thing is silence, never to do it again.
It was it just really took so much energy and really drained me, and I was like, why did that happen? Anyway, because I think we're going to get into this talking about
Right.
that, because it's such a different energy than we're used to in the 3D. And at that time, I'm like, I can handle it. Look at me. I'm big, strong. I can handle it. Okay, well, I'm little strong. I can handle. Okay,
Now,
so
now I'm weak. I won't ever do it again.
no, now that I'm weak, I think.
No, now because you're strong, you can handle it.
So anyway, so the my second channel is it's just, it should be more. Um, it needs to have more content, and it needs to be out there a little bit more. Um, so thank you for telling me how much I'm a slacker, reminding me.
That was so many years ago. My gosh, Danny, you have
That was.
that you have so have come a long way since. So have I, but you have come amazingly leaps and bounds and jumps because you are fighting, kicking, and screaming the whole way.
Well, I wouldn't have come so far if you didn't grab me by my ponytail and pull me.
Yes, I did. I did. But
So what about your second channel now? Which is
my second channel is called Galactic Gaia. And
mm,
it is because I have struggled with doing healings on my channel that is dedicated to the extraterrestrials or aliens and people's experiences. And people are needing to have some different kind of healing. So I'm going to be moving the Solaris Healing Center over there. But the main thing we're going to be doing is we're going to create a library of healers or different types of healers.
mm.
So we're going to go from like the naturopaths, chiropractors, to ayahuasca, to people who shamanism, to witchcraft, to all different kind of things. So we want to create this library and do interviews on people who do this and hopefully show their modalities, because I don't know what everybody does or how they do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's true for most of us. And we do not try these different things unless we know about it. And if we can open our eyes to a lot of these modalities, then we will, know what's going on. Today, I'm communicating with somebody who does a harmonic egg, who I think I'm going to be able to get her to come on. And I'm hoping.
Harmonic. Is that up in Shasta?
Yeah, that's up in Shasta. And also, I'm going to try to
I
get.
sat in that thing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to get the girl that does the Trinity table.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's all those things that we don't know about. I mean, you and I know about the Trinity table, but I bet most of the people here don't know about it and how impactful that is.
Let's
So
keep it a secret.
keep it a secret. Yes. So anyway, the girl that does the Trinity table is very shy. She does not like doing interviews, but I'm gonna try to talk her into it. But
But you can use her voice in my face.
oh, there you go.
I'll just-
Well, let me say hi to some people that are here now that have joined us. There's quite a few people who are here and are here supporting us. Hey, Annie Bear, thanks for being here. Let's say she's grocery shopping. Hey, Barbara.
Grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
any aliens in aisle 4, Annie Bear?
they do show up there, especially when I was in Mount Shasta.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jen Coop, thanks for being here. This is Barbara Hart and Love. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Suzanne, thanks for being here. Hey, Three Shifting Veils. And let's see, who got Barbara Beckman's here and Dancing Blue. I like that name, Dancing Blue. And let's see, there's Isabel, there's Joe Linshimsky. I know I butchered that name, but thanks for joining us. Cheryl, thanks for being here. Alice, Oxford Cat, thanks.
Alice.
And Isabel. Hey, Julie Hamill, thanks for joining us. And Earth Mama, thanks for being here. Let's see. I love this, what she says. Look at the psychic duck.
It's not Psychic Duck.
Oh, what is it? It's a witch? What
It's
is
Merlin.
Oh, that's Merlin. Oh, we've got Terry and I have a show that we did on Orion that has the Merlin energy that'll be coming out tomorrow night.
Oh.
That we did a video. But here's Earth Mama. She says, at least I know you two are real and not AI. YouTube is allowing too much AI right now.
Yeah. And Danielle's here too. Hey, Danielle.
Yes, let's see. Happy New Year to you too, Danielle. Hey, Christy Storms. Hey, Fallon. There's Isabel again. Hey, Spirit. There's Danielle again. Thanks, everybody. I know there's, hey, Lauren. Thanks for being here. Hey, Son of What? And yet another Linda. And there's Nielsen. Thanks for being here. And thanks, everybody, for joining us and sharing your Wednesday with us. It is noon on the East Coast and 9 o'clock where Danny is and everything in between. Oh, yet another Linda. You said you know a guy who has an egg in California, in Southern California. You think yes? This is actually Gail Lynn who invented it. That I'm communicating with. I'm hoping to get her. She's excited. She has a lot of extraterrestrial experiences. Yeah. So she's. I think we're going to do some kind of collaboration. I'm hoping it's going to be on here. But
cool.
Yeah, I've been in the egg in Mount Shasta, and so have you, Danny.
Yeah.
And it's nice. But as I said, there's another little quiet little secret there, that Trinity table.
That Trinity table, that was phenomenal. And what it is, and let me back up just a second, because you were talking about all the different modalities of healing that you're going to be talking about on your show. And, you know, when I heard that, there were some things that are comfortable with me in all of that. And then there's things that I'm, you know, like, oh, I don't know. So, but we all get, I mean, it's not for everybody. You don't throw the whole thing in and go, I'm going to do all this healing. You find the ones that work for you. And,
but it's also to be educated about the ones that you don't know about.
Correct. Yeah. So, you know, that I think that's going to be really exciting. So getting back to the Trinity table, though, I was going, I don't know if I want to do this because
I remember I had to take Danny by the arm and the ponytail. Go do this table. No. I vertigo. I am not getting on that table.
Well, yeah, because that was when I had 3 or 4 days of severe vertigo, which we will be talking about later, and not the vertigo, but Um, and so when I did go on the table, you couldn't even the table spins,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh hell no. But as soon as I got on that table, and I don't normally get vertigo, I'd go on a boat. I never get seasick ever. Well, maybe now I would, but I don't know. But that table, you couldn't even feel it spinning. And as soon as I got on it, I might have done, I don't know, because I couldn't feel it spinning, but it was
Next,
15 seconds. I
yeah,
was up in space.
it was next level meditation. I believe somebody was asking about that on that
Yeah.
Trinity table. Yeah, what happens on the Trinity table? You go into a room and you're put on this table and you're balanced on the table, and then you're um, basically blindfolded, but it's not exactly blindfolded. It's much more comfortable than that. Lights are down, and the girl that has owns the table sits in there with you, so she's meditating with you. So you do have two people meditating together, which I think is a lot of the strength also.
Yeah.
But it just takes your meditation to another level. It was the first time when I did that table that I met John the Baptist. Didn't he? I'm not religious, so I didn't know who John the Baptist was. I knew he was a religious figure. And when I came off there, I asked her, I said, "Who is John the Baptist?" I met him on this table here, and he was, of course, he was he was with Jesus at the time, and I knew Jesus, but I didn't know John the Baptist. And so it was funny how when I got off the table, we were both Googling John the Baptist, trying to figure out who he was. I had just met him. And so anyway, so it just takes you to a different level. And also, it was the first time I was doing sign language with my hands when I was on the table.
Oh,
Yeah. And I haven't talked about that much, but I was doing a lot of sign language, doing a lot of hand motions. I think it was the second time. But anyway, so anyway, that's what that channel is about, is bringing these to the forefront, these kind of modalities that we don't know about that can um, benefit you or resonate with you. And so we were going to bring that, and a lot of it's going to be uncomfortable, and it's going to be uncomfortable for me too, but I think that knowledge needs to be there.
and I mean, just because you said the uncomfortable part, it's also going to be really comfortable
Yeah,
in certain sections. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a balance of it's just information that we're throwing out there.
right, right.
Yeah.
So okay, Danny.
What? Speaking of uncomfortable, here we go.
Thinking of uncomfortable. Yes, okay. Well, do you want to start? We're going to be talking about Ascension symptoms, and we know those terms are thrown around all the time, and it's a blanket word, but I think we have a lot of new subscribers that need to hear about it and know what's happening, and it can have a label to it.
Makes you dizzy. So,
You.
I was thinking about that this morning, and I go, "What are we going to be talking about on this show?" And Gail and I psychically hooked up because I go, "I think I want to talk about what it means to have these ascension symptoms and what's the result of it." Because I'm like, I'm still waiting. What? Because so it made me dizzy. So for me, what I get when I get when my life gets shut down and I go, I can't function like I normally do, which is an abnormal function because I'm so scattered. So it shuts me down so that I can't focus on anything other than just trying to maintain my physical presence. I guess that's it. And with vertigo, I mean, you can't stand.
Well, I think, was it the first time you connected to me about your vertigo? You were in the bathroom on the floor where you couldn't hardly move.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I can't tell you when it was. All I know is my wife is watching like Jimmy Kimmel laughing, and I'm dying in the bathroom. I go, this is how it's going to end. Her laughing and me dead. Um, but yeah, I don't know because it was, but I do know that you looked at it and said, oh yeah, you're getting an upgrade. And I'm like, what the hell? What kind of upgrade is this? Because it didn't feel
Yeah.
very up. It felt really, I mean, I was on the floor. And you go, it'll last for 3 days.
Here's Bernadette saying, I had vertigo. I was hospitalized for it. It can be crippling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it was just
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. Because I was getting the information that it was going to last 3 days. And, and here I'm making light of it. Danny's dying. And I'm going, well, it's going to last 3 days. You got to bear with it for 3 days because I think a lot of times it makes your life still. So
Yeah.
you receive that information,
Yeah.
and uh, and the integration part of it is what really takes a toll on you.
Yeah. So looking back on what has happened since then, um, well, my awareness has just opened up a lot more accepting of a lot of different things that show up in my awareness. And so, um,
Yeah, when I
and
get that bad news of the 72 hours, you can tell them what happened at the end of the 72 hours.
what happened?
The words you heard.
Oh, yeah. So, so, oh my gosh. I mean, so when I hear, I hear a lot of things. I got a lot of different voices in my head. And so it's a certain, certain voices. I go, okay, yeah, I'm hearing things. At the end of that 72 hours, and I think I'm going to get this right. I heard download complete, and it was loud, and it was not a normal voice in my head. Download complete, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, I'm not dizzy anymore. I don't have vertigo. It was the weirdest thing. Now, this last time that I had it over the last couple days,
Well, I was going to say,
no,
because I told you it was going to be 3 days, and it was immediately 3 days. Download was
it
complete.
was. Yeah.
So, and you called me immediately. You know what they said?
Am I crazy, Gail? Did I hear that? She said, yes, you are crazy. And yes, you did hear it.
Yes. But yeah, also, I was going to say about the same thing. When I was going to Mount Shasta, I was hearing when I got to California, and I still had a few hours to get to Mount Shasta, they were saying download started for me. And I was talking to everybody on the phone as I went through from coast to the west coast. I was on the phone with everybody talking to them during this time. And immediately when they said download started, I was disconnected from everybody. Nobody could talk to me. Nobody could ring in. And I was just assuming I was in the mountains. But when I was like 15 or 20 minutes outside of Mount Shasta, they said download complete and welcome home is what I got. And I was like, okay, whatever that was. But when you hear it, you can't, it's unmistakable what you hear.
Yeah. And of course, that's when you were driving, correct?
You and me, my driving. Yes. In fact, we just said that right before we went on the show. We were talking about, I said, I've been so busy. I really need to sit down and talk to my galactic friends. And Danny was saying the same thing. Well, he's actually said it first. And then I went, you know what that requires of me? It's getting in the car and taking a trip. It always freaks Danny out that I'm on the road receiving all this information.
It does. You would be going down to Redding from Shasta, and you go, yeah, and I'm talking to my guides, and they're telling me, and I'm going, you're driving. You need to pay attention. She goes, oh, they got it. They're making sure I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, my 3D self is screaming, going, "What are you doing? Pay attention to the road."
Well, let's say Juno's here and she's experiencing dizziness also right now.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, she says, I've been experiencing severe vertigo the past week or so.
Yeah.
So, okay, so go ahead into how you have managed it since then, because it was a simple solution that I said to you one day, which
Yeah,
I
it was.
think it kind of pissed you off because I'm going,
Why didn't you tell me before?
yes. Well, it wasn't going to work that first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that was big. The second time, I didn't hear any download complete, but this happened, I guess, last week. Um, I wake up in the middle of the night and I see this light going across the room, and I go, "Oh my God, I need to call Dr. Gale. There's a spaceship in my room." And then I looked, and it was the smoke detector, and it was, we've taped it all up so it doesn't shine a light, but it was a little glow, but I could see a clear light going back and forth, and I went, "Oh crap, here we go." And so I sat up in bed, and I'm like, "Oh no, this is." I said, "No, no, 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 no." And I said, "Hey guys, knock it off. Drop it down a couple of notches so that I can deal with this." And it lasted that night, and they did drop it down, and the next day, and then I was fine. But it lasted a full day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that
They
was one of
did
the things I said to you a while back when this was happening to you. I said, all you got to do is say, turn it down.
turn it down.
And you're just like, I thought if you could had jumped through the phone and strangled me, you would have.
Tell them to turn it down. Yes. So, and I shouldn't have said knock it off, and I don't think I did. I think I did say turn it down because I don't want it to be knocked off.
Right.
I just want it down a little bit. And so, I still felt like I got the full information packet,
Right. You do
but
use the full information. It might be a little slower, but a little easier. And I think that's the lesson everybody here needs to know when you're struggling so much with some symptoms. All you got to do, because they're not aware of it unless you say something. Oh my gosh, please back off, ease off a little bit.
yeah,
And people who are ringing in the ears and the ringing is just so loud, just say, please back it off, lower that vibration, slow down the information coming in, because unless you say something, it's coming to you full blast.
yeah, yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. That kind of makes sense. I'm asking him now to turn down my tinnitus. They're just laughing. They're going, "No, we're going to keep that going on for the rest of your life." And I go, "No, you can turn it down, really."
Don't,
So
don't they turn it down when it happens? I mean, you're going to have it, but do they turn it down?
when I mean, I have tinnitus all the time, so I'm always hearing the ringing of the ears. But there'll be some different ringing in
Right.
my, and so far that's never really like bothered me too much. It's just like a real whoo or whatever.
I constantly have it in my left ear because I feel that's the information they're giving me. I feel like I have an implant in my left ear and the information comes that way. Now my right ear starts ringing and it starts cranking up. That means something big's getting ready to happen. Either I'm going on a mission and pay attention because something big's getting ready to happen. And at one time I thought when it first started happening, I thought, oh, that's my spaceship cranking up, getting ready for me. I get ready to go to the spaceship. So, but it is a constant for me in my left ear, but I've changed my attitude towards it with welcoming that low ringing that's coming in my left ear because I know who it is and what information I'm getting. Now, when it comes to when it cranks up really loud and the right ear, it just means I really need to pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're talking about this, I was reflecting back on when I first started noticing the tinnitus, which I don't really know because it's been there. But the image that came to my mind was when I was diving in Catalina Island.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And one of the weird things when I was diving in Catalina, and I didn't know any, I wasn't where I am today, obviously. It's probably a good thing. But when I was diving, um, the whole world, so I got a little hit of vertigo, but the whole world turned upside down and back up again. And I heard this, and I'm like, what the hell? Because that's never happened to me. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm I'm rock solid underwater as much as you can be. And that freaked me out. And I'm like, hang on, where's top? Oh yeah, it's up there. Check your bubbles. Yeah, I got it. Everything okay? It was weird. And that's what I remembered. Um,
Thank goodness your experience so you could, reorient yourself like that.
pardon me?
I said it's good that you're experienced at diving so you could reorient yourself quickly like that.
But it didn't I didn't necessarily need that because I knew I knew that I was right side right or
Okay.
whatever. But yeah, you do need to check to make sure that's up. Bubbles will go up. Unless you're in space, and then I don't know. Do bubbles go up in space?
I've never noticed it, but I have been on several spaceships that did have aquariums. And I've been on one that was, that was all water that I had to put um, equipment on to go swimming and that's when the whales were the pilots.
Yeah,
And but I don't remember. I didn't notice the bubbles. That was probably the last thing on my mind was let me check the bubbles.
probably.
Let's look at these creatures sitting in these chairs flying the spaceship. That's where my mind was, and what in the world is going on here?
And then you get a little aquarium that
Yeah.
houses a whale.
Yes, there's several aquariums. That there's actually a spaceship. I can't remember what it was called, but it was an aquarium spaceship where it had 5 aquariums in it, and it was specifically for transferring water beings from
Yeah,
planet to planet.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
So what book? So you're writing your books. You
yeah,
finished
I'm on
two.
my third book right now.
Awesome. So if anybody has not checked out Dr. Gail-Skywalking with Moon books,
Well, let me
I
just
don't have one here.
pick them up. I do, of course, I do.
Of
How
course.
to Fly a Spaceship was the first one, and the second one is How I Met an Alien, and they're both on Amazon.
Yeah, awesome. And they're so fun. They're so much fun to read. So, Ascension, let's get back to Ascension
Okay, well, my Ascension symptoms are usually dealing with nausea. So the ringing in my ear is a constant, which, as I said, was an irritant at first, and then now I embrace it because
Mm-hmm.
I realize what it is. And but mine started off the first time was nausea, but they warned me. They said go on a bland diet for 5 days, and that information came in my head. Would go on a bland diet for 5 days, and I kept going, why? Why go on a bland diet? But they never would say why. Just do it. And I thought, okay, well, what do I have to lose? Let me just go ahead on it.
Yeah.
And so the fourth day that I was on it, there was an ET standing in my living room looking at me that took me out to a spaceship. And for the first time that I got to fly in a spaceship. So there was a reason. And I was so glad I went on that bland diet because for I think a week or 2 weeks afterwards, when I came back the next day, I was so sick to my stomach. If I had been eating all sorts of stuff, I would have been throwing up, but I was able to just stay nauseated. And the only thing I could tolerate was bread. So anytime now that I go to where the only thing I can tolerate is bread, I know what's happening now.
Yeah.
So that's how it happens for me. So,
Right.
So we all have different symptoms and things that happen to us, but mine is extreme nausea.
Mm-hmm. And we all won't get to go fly in a spaceship
Well, I
from or know that we're flying in a
know that you're flying. I don't know why I have been given the gift for remembering, but yes, so many of us are doing exactly that.
yeah.
And they're trying to figure out why um, they feel the way they do. And a lot of times that's what it is, because you have to increase your vibration to go
Mhm.
these spaceships, or you're exposed to all these high vibration beings. And when you're exposed to that in the beginning, it makes you sick. And
Yeah.
it took me a long time, not a long time, but it took me quite a while to get over it. That every time I went up to a spaceship, that I wasn't nauseated when I came back. Eventually, I was matching their vibration and I was okay. But every time I think we go up another level, that is how you have to recognize how it affects you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the change in diet is something that I've been experiencing recently as well.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I heard, um, I am a hillbilly. I do like my beer. I do, um, and not that I drink a lot, but I like to have a beer, like a glass of wine, when the day starts leaving, going into nighttime. And I heard with all the other chatter, you need to stop drinking. And I go, have a beer a night. That's not like a lot. And it's really low alcohol. Stop
Right.
drinking. And then that vertigo, okay,
Mhm.
it forced me.
Yeah. Well, I think I know that we get those, and I got those, but they're only temporary. They were telling you to stay away from certain things for a short period of time while you're going through something. So when people are getting this information of, I've got to do this, got to do this, got to do this on my diet, it is not something that is, I find, is a permanent thing. It is just while you're going through this vibration increase or being exposed to whatever you're being exposed to, you're needing to watch your diet to be able to tolerate what is happening to you. And when the upgrade in your body adjusts, then you can go back to what you enjoy.
Heavily drinking. Go back to drinking
I
heavily.
don't know heavily drinking is ever one of the things, but definitely having a beer night, you would be able to go back to enjoy
Yeah,
that after you get
yeah.
your upgrade.
But it's interesting that when I met you in Shasta for the first time,
Mhm.
that I got the same thing. You need to stop drinking.
Right.
Or like, I think it was, I think if I remember right, they said for while you're up in Shasta, you need to cut it out. And I went, okay. And so it was very interesting because it was just like, okay, fine. I mean, it
Right.
wasn't a big deal at all.
Well,
At,
yeah, and I think that's what people have issues with, is to think that it's a permanent thing that they have to do, and
right.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
just while your body's changing.
Yeah. Is it your body changing?
I think your body's changing. I think everything's changing. If vibration, you're being exposed to different vibration, it has to
Mm,
have an effect on your body, your 3D body, and it's upgrading. And I think a lot of crystalline changes are happening inside your body.
right.
And that's when they're asking you to be clean, or abstain from certain things during that
Mm,
time.
mhm. I've been paying a lot more attention to, I guess, what I would call my crystalline body, the energy field around. And I've never really thought about it too much.
Mhm.
But in this year I have. It's only been a week. But uh, I have been paying attention to that, which, when you mention that, I go, oh, yeah, I've been thinking about that. So, one of the things I wanted to get to is in this ascension process. So, we get these ascension symptoms that make us sick to our stomach. And afterwards, I feel like there's a lot of things that don't show up right away. And I go, well, if I just went through that, what's the benefit? What should I be receiving?
Well, I think your body has to heal before what you have received shows up,
Okay.
because you're getting all these changes, and your body
Mhm.
doesn't go from this to this, and all of a sudden I've got these new gifts. Your body's got to heal and allow those gifts to show up.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the things that makes so much sense to me. One of the things that I noticed just, and I've known this a while, but I forgot it. Now it's coming back from, I think, from this vertigo session, this upgrade, was that when you're looking for something in 3D mode, you look right at it. But in different modes, you don't need to look right at it. You see it over here. And you go, oh, there
Or,
it is.
or see it from here.
Or see it from here. Yeah, right. Or see it from here.
Right.
So there's a lot of new sounds that I'm hearing. And I go, oh. And they're clicks and clacks and,
Right.
so instead of ignoring them, I'm now really aware that they're there.
Yeah. You're embracing it now.
Yeah. And I don't know what it means.
Or you'll soon find out, I
I'll
guess.
soon find out.
It sounds like you're going to be making some contacts with the mantis beings if you're in clicks and clacks.
Clicks and clacks and mantis. And the last time we did a show is, I think it was last time, when I'm walking in my medicine wheel circle in the morning, and I noticed this big tall being in my awareness, and I thought it was an ant, and it turned out that it was a mantis being.
Yeah.
Energy. Yeah. And it was just the energy form. So it's not like I actually saw.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, when
Race.
when mantis beings show up, that means that something big's changing, and they're getting ready to ask you to do something big, like life-changing big, or they're there to help through some medical issues.
I'd rather go with the changing big.
I think it's the changing big, because usually whenever I see them as medical issues, I usually see them with two short grays when it's medical, and you're only seeing them. So I'm thinking that they're going to be asking you something here later.
It was just a singular one, no scalpels, nothing like that.
But I'm laughing because I'll never forget the day that Mary called me, and they had contacted her and asked her to work with them, and that's what the mantis being did to me. They came and asked me if I would work with them, and I said yes. Well, when she contacted me, she says, I said yes. Is that okay? And I started laughing at her, and I'm going, yes, that's okay that you said yes. I said, there will be no harm to what you're going to do. And of course, she expanded gifts hand over fist after that. But I thought it was funny how she called me, and I'm going, I think we all go run into somebody when something like that happens. But yes, but they always ask, and it's not that you're always fully aware of it, but before you're going on missions or doing these different things, they do ask you. And it's usually for me a mantis being that's asking.
Yeah. And they ask in clicks and clacks.
Yes.
So you're going, what do you say? And it's what you bring to the table is so important, because with your channel and your books, it's that we are not all crazy, just some of us. But we do need that reassurance that, we're not. We're not.
Right. And that is how I started. It was for that very reason, to bring us all together and also to help explain what's happening, because for me, I've been given the gift of the vision and being able to see it and
Yeah.
explain a lot of the things that are happening to people. And so I've been given that gift for, and that was kind of one of the things I was asked if I would do. I mean, when they were asking me to start off writing a blog, I thought, I am not a writer, and my blog was terrible. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. And so then I thought, okay, I can talk about it. I can start a YouTube channel. And that's the agreement we came up with. So I started the YouTube channel. And and when I started the YouTube channel, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm excited. It was like, okay, I'm starting the YouTube channel. Y'all asked me to do it. All right, I'm going to do it. And I mean, that was my attitude. Okay, are y'all happy? I put something out there.
Yeah. And then they go, we need another episode. Like, oh.
Yes. And then finally, I got used to it and started enjoying it. But that's how I was acting in the beginning. Was like,
Yeah.
okay, here's another thing. Here's another video.
Yeah. Right. You happy now?
Yeah.
No.
Also, a lot of it had to be confidence, because being an introvert, you usually are not wanting to put yourself out there.
Were you putting yourself? Well, you're just talking about aliens and spaceships and stuff. Come on, you're not that out there.
Yes. And some of the comments I get for people when they hear me for the first time, woo, wow, crazy woman there, needs some psychiatric help. I'd laugh at it though, because in the beginning I thought I had a brain tumor, so no different than what I thought about myself.
Okay, so in your spaceship healing centers, is there psychiatric help up there?
Well, it's different psychiatric help, because most of the psychiatric issues were we changed the brain waves. So it changes the brain waves, so it gets rid of those psychiatric issues.
Mm.
So we have this little gadget that you put on your head, and and you can see the brain and how it's like working, little sparks are flying, and how it's changing the brain waves. So it's totally different on how it's like they don't really have psychiatric issues, because if you have trauma or something like that happens, you're immediately taken into the operating room and the brainwave changes. You remember the trauma, but your body and emotions and your reaction to it is not going to be the same
Mm.
as what we are here in the 3D world. So there's not that need of psychiatric help like here on Earth.
Yeah,
It's just different.
it's interesting. That took me into a different direction. That's cool. Yay.
Yeah, it is. And I think especially because we've dealt with a lot of children when they're going through traumas, how that changes their brain waves. So they're not living with that kind of trauma for the rest of their life. They recognize it, know it happened, but it's not affecting them.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you talking 3D Earth children?
Both.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But anyway, all right. Well, I know we have I haven't paid that much attention to what the chat's going on, but I did start a few things. Let me go back and see what people are saying. And
They're saying, you guys are crazy. What the
yeah,
hell are you talking about?
I know it did start this one. It was Isabel. Is COVID a low energy attack on our vessel, a way to make us slow down and ground? I have it again for the fourth time.
Oh,
So sorry, Isabel. Generally, that is how I look at almost anything that happens to me. If I get a cold or anything like that, I know I have been going too fast, too hard, and I'm having to slow down. And in fact, right now, if I don't slow down and connect with my guides, I know they'll make me slow down. And
yeah.
that's true with Danny also. We both talk about we needed to slow down and connect with our guides, because if you don't make time for them, they will make you make time for them.
Right. And they're not going away. They may fade out a little bit for me, and then they go, okay, we've given you enough break, and then and then they come back in. So but yeah, I find too that that we can look at this in a couple of, we could look at it like, oh, we're sick,
Mhm.
or we can look at it like, I need to take some time for myself and just be quiet. Um, and again, with this fourth time of COVID, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
um, I I would go back and say, all right, thank you. I'm getting the message.
exactly. That's what
Dial it down, please, and see if that helps. Sometimes you go, no, you're just too stubborn. We need to, and I don't know.
and
Yeah,
also, I would go look at what kind of warning signs they gave you before it happened, and or ask them to give you some warning signs that I'm sure they did to tell you, or so you can go, oh, I got it. I understand. If I don't slow down, I'm going to get COVID again. So you can ask for that cooperation on how to connect with your guides on that kind of thing, so you can um, listen to them like I'm listening to them right now, right now. So telling me, slow down. We got to connect. Which I was going. I need to take a road trip so I can connect with them. But it means also when I'm going on a road trip, it means I'm going away from my work.
yeah. And just to be clear, you do not drive a self-driving car, do you? Well, actually, I guess you do.
Yeah, I kind of do. I kind of do. They're always looking out for me.
All right. Oh, so sorry, Isabella.
You're thinking about it, Isabel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm so sorry you're going through it, but yeah, start talking to them and see if they'll give you a warning sign on, so you know to slow down and listen.
But so many people opened up during COVID, the first batch of it.
Well, that's when I opened up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad had passed away. I didn't have anybody to take care of first time in my life, and I thought, oh, let me try this meditation stuff, and that's what happened. I would just open right up. And at that time, I was just a closet medium. I was already talking to my dad, and people would pass and I could smell them. And that was my first sense that I recognized, as I could smell them. And I, started meditating, and it opened me up to all that.
Right.
So anyway, what is this? Okay. This three-eye atlas. I don't think it's ever going to go away. It is transmitting to many of us, had all kinds of issues. It triggered up many upgrades, a cloaked activation. Yes, it could very well be. And I think it did do a lot of activation on a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you have a different take on that. I minimize what the three-eye atlas, um, how it's affecting us. I, uh, one thing is we don't need to be fearing it.
Right.
That's the thing, which a lot of people have gone into fear. And in fact, that reaction is preparing us for the end of this year, when we're going to be seeing a lot of spaceships up in the sky. Oh, I'm sitting on myself, that look like stars, is what they're showing me. And they're asking us to help manifest that. And so what we're dealing with the three-eye atlas, what are we going to do when we're seeing 20 spaceships up in the sky?
Right.
Everybody's going to
Right.
be panicking. And so this three-eye atlas, I think, is preparing us. Okay, we're all freaking out. Well, how many months have we been looking at this? And then it's going to go on. All of a sudden, it's activate us and move on. That, and no harm has been done. And also, everybody's so worried about aliens attacking, and if they could, I mean, if they wanted to, they could do it anytime. So you have to be realistic about that too. If they
Who's
want,
worried about aliens attacking?
yeah, well, that's what they're worried about. A lot of people, the three atlas, oh, they're going to come get us. They're going to take us.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. My thought on Three Eye Atlas was really similar to what you just said. It's and some people experience it a lot differently.
Mhm.
So it's, yeah, maybe you're getting these upgrades from it and all of that, and honor that, because I think it's important. But for the general population, just the fact that everybody's talking about it so much is activating something. And they're going, what? It's interstellar. It's coming from another. And it's like, so people are thinking about it and then getting more comfortable with, oh, there might be something coming from.
Right.
And so it's just the crack that's opening them up. That's, if they had a ponytail, it'd be starting to pull on their ponytail.
Yes. And I think you're right, Danny. I think it's something that was in the sky, and people who have been deniers and still are deniers, it put a question mark in their mind.
And then there's other people that are getting downloads and upgrades from this. Because when I first read on it, I got that this was source energy coming in, and it was going to give us a message. And so, how do we talk to source energy? How do we, God, creator, whatever? How do we go do that? Well, it's through our meditations that we
Right.
do that. So when we get,
Well, Danny, tell people, because we've talked about meditation several times here, and there's new people in here, and we'll just go into that meditation doesn't have to look like sitting in a guru, legs crossed, humming.
it doesn't. I've been doing that, and it's like, oh man. Okay.
Meditation is personal way of connecting. But you can go ahead and you explain it so much better than I do.
Yeah, you can do it in your car.
Yes.
No, there's only a few people that can do that.
I
There,
think a lot of people who can do that.
yeah, there, and it's true. But this is just our opinion. Do not do this. Do not drive. And on my second channel, I've put on there I said, please do not drive while meditating. Because a lot of times we're in this car and it's like you hear the hum of the wheels, as what you were saying.
Right? It's the wheels. Yeah.
And so you're getting into this,
Yeah.
and sometimes you cross your legs, put it on cruise control, and anyway. So it's interesting. I just got an email today that was talking about if people wanted to ask questions about a vision quest. And I went, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then they said, where in a vision quest is where you uh, go on a fast. What's,
Oh, we lost your voice.
do you hear that?
Oh, there you go. Yo, what was that?
Wow.
I hear your dog.
No, yeah, but I don't know what that was. That was coming from the computer.
Yeah, reacting to it.
Yeah. So a vision, it's starting up again. A vision quest is when you change your body a little bit. You change, so you go on a fast, you go out into the woods by yourself or someplace by yourself. And you deprive your physical body to get into an altered state. I guess I've never been on a vision quest, but you can also you can do it in meditations. And for me, my meditation of choice is either through the trance or the shamanic journey.
Right.
And for me, it's I just even in trance, I go on the journey to get me out of the 3D awareness.
You
And
like structured meditation is basically what you like.
I don't know if it's
Well, that's what I consider, but me, the difference between meditation and going on a shamanic journey. The shamanic journey is a structured meditation. It's giving me a place to go to.
yes, yes,
My guys, it's being real specific on how I do it, and you're going through it the same way. You're entering it the same way, and exiting the same way. Where
yes,
a meditation doesn't have those kind of borders
correct.
like that. But Patricia's saying something oh, I missed it. Where is it? Patricia had something to say, which I thought would be something easy for everybody to, because this is an easy thing. There it is, Patricia. Found you. Take 3 deep breaths can bring on calmness, balance, and deeper awareness. And
Yeah.
breath work is a great way of bringing yourself to connecting.
Because it takes that, that breath work takes you out of your fight or flight symptoms and drops you into a more calm state. But getting back to the structuredness of the meditation, yeah, I absolutely I'm a big fan of setting the intention of where you want to go. Because for me, my brain is so scattered that I'll go, oh, I'm here, and then I jump up here and I'm down here and I'm all over the place. So if I go to this place and say, I want to go talk to my galactic guides. Yeah, but what about the laundry you have to do? No, I'm going to talk to my so you just keep reminding that, and then with the drum rhythm and or the deep breaths to get you back into that ether state. Then once you connect with your guides, you're there. And then if you leave them, you can come back with just going back to the intention. So yeah, that structure I'm big on.
Well, also the unstructured would be like when you're going to sleep, that time between awake and sleep, and also at night and in the morning, that is a really precious point in time where you can really connect, where a lot of times the information comes in or where you're seeing things.
Yeah, yeah. How do you remember those times in between that lucid dreaming time where you're just about ready to go to sleep, but then you're out there in the stars and you're in space and you see.
If it's important, I try to write 2 or 3 words down that'll make me remember it. Or I can pull up my phone and put 2 or 3 words in my notes that'll remind me. It doesn't take writing out the whole thing. It just takes a couple of words, and then it'll bring the memory back to you that you can remember those times. And of course, there's a lot of times that you're doing that and whatever is going on, and it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
But there's times that it does, and you will never remember when you sit there go, oh, I'll never forget that, or you're going to forget it. So just writing down.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Words, you're going to be able to bring it back up.
So one of the things that I have a hard time with is I don't want to wake up my wife. I mean, she's sleeping, and I don't want to wake up that dang dog because the dog has a set of vocal cords on that thing. It's a little dog this big, and it's the piercingest bark. And I just thought, they have these pens that have lights on the tip of them. They're space pens. I need to get one of those so that I can.
Would you picking up your phone? Would that bother?
Oh yeah, yeah. It probably even the pen light would bother
too.
Yeah. So a lot of times, if I can get up and come in and jot something down in another room,
right.
And I probably need to do that more.
Right, but sometimes even that you're going to forget it.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'm getting up. Let me go to the bathroom. And you come out of the bathroom going, oh, what was that dream?
Yeah. I have to keep saying it over and over again. Yeah.
Well, Danny, we're at an hour.
So I want to say hi to Kevin. Kevin Luce is in the house. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
I just saw him popping in.
And thanks everybody for being here. And thanks, Patricia. She's saying, don't forget to like and subscribe to Dr. Gail and Danny's channel. We both have 2 channels. So just go to both
channels.
It's free. So you can just go ahead over there and like and subscribe. And Danny, thanks for joining us. It's always great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Always good conversation with you.
Yes. And thanks everybody
Thank you, everybody.
and thanks for moderators for making this a safe place to talk. And my next show will be tomorrow with Mary. How about yours, Danny?
I think I need to talk to Annie Bear. I think I'm going to be on with Annie Bear tomorrow.
Oh, yay!
It's in my calendar, but I haven't heard from her. So,
I think
is she still in the chat?
Well, she was in the grocery store.
She's picking up food for our
Yeah.
party that we're going to have tomorrow.
Yeah, she's going to eat in front of you, Danny. Okay. All right. We'll see y'all later. All right. Thanks. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.